Well, so there's a lot of fighting out there and a lot of struggling, a lot of resistance, a lot of aggravation, frustration, fighting, battling over rights and freedoms. Where do those rights and freedoms come from? The decision makers sitting in some special over padded building in, I don't know, whatever country you call, wherever your residence is. Oh, okay. Freedom is in our own minds. Where else would it be? Our rights. No one can take away our rights. Okay, it can appear to be as though our rights are taken from us or are being removed. But really, the right to own like a gun, okay, I get it. All right, you want to own a gun, you like to hunt, if other people have guns, you deserve the right to be able to defend yourself in case somebody shows up with a gun. Well, there's a lot of if statements in life and a lot of scenarios that we can build up and exalt in our imaginations. Exactly right alongside our pride, our own prideful, self-righteous identity that wants this, it deserves that, that wants to get freedom and wants more rights. What are more rights? Rights and freedom are in our own minds. When freedom and rights are understood to be a result of one's own beliefs and understanding inside, no one can ever take that. That's the condition wherein one can have or receives peace. If one is struggling to get or keep their freedom, struggling to get or keep their rights, upset because their rights have been infringed upon by someone else exercising their rights, all this, they, him, us, we, division, struggle, fighting, resistance, battles. People kill each other over these things. Where freedom and rights are in our own minds, we're born with that. We lose it. We lose our freedom. We lose what the truth of freedom and the truth of righteousness that our Creator, God, our Father, gives. And we lose our freedom and our rights the moment that we start to adapt to the world's ways and beliefs as though those are true, as though those are real, and they impact us as though those ideas and beliefs defined what true freedom and our true rights to live are, to come into life, really, because we lose it the moment we're born and begin to adapt the ways and beliefs of the world as our own. We adopt them, we take them on. No one's fault. Everyone has to do this. There's no escape. There's no way to avoid it. There's no one teaching a child what our Creator's freedom and truth and love are. That's not the way of the world. The beliefs of and in the world are not conducive. They are inconsistent with the beliefs of the world that run the world, that direct the world, by which everyone becomes somebody in the world. To become someone in the world is to be that much more a person who is of the world, meaning that the beliefs that direct and guide what they do and how they respond out of the heart, out of the beliefs that are inside, that bring about, that cause our reactions. We respond to the issues of life, situations, relationships, out of the heart, out of what we believe. There are beliefs that are true, that result in understanding, that is freedom, that is living with rights of our Father's righteousness, not our own righteousness, not the idea or concept or beliefs in the world and of the world that attempt to define what right or righteousness is. If we go by that, then we are subject to the beliefs of the world about what our righteousness is and what our rights are. Thereby, they're constructed in such a way inside of us, determining who we are, that can be taken from us. And there's no peace in that. We're subject to every moment that is unpeaceful in the world. And at every moment, the world is a continual war and battle over people's own rights. One self-righteous, prideful, beastly, judgmental identity against another, constantly comparing one's self with someone else's self, believing that they believe like we do, and believing like they all do in order to get along. To go along, to get along, we have to adapt in the first few years and learn the ways and beliefs of the world. And then we adopt them as our own. For it's having adapted to those ways and beliefs that open up the door for us to gain the rights and the privileges and the license, which we get to pay for license to do this or do that. We get to pay. Obviously, they're not free if we have to pay. And obviously, they can't be real or true rights. Not really. Not true rights. Not rights that come with love and truth and freedom. They're imaginary rights. They're imaginary rights that are prideful, self-righteous, worldly-born identity, which is adapted and adopted the ways and beliefs of the world, basically to, have the right to fight and struggle with everybody, and set up a situation where we're comparable and we look like we're comparable, and we are comparing ourselves to others by all the things that we do, say, and collect that demonstrate that we are somebody. We're someone to be respected. We're someone to be noticed, someone to be acknowledged, someone to be respected. I'm like you. I have nice new clothes, a nice new car, my wife, my house, my job, my education. All these things are of the world. Does true freedom and love, truth, have anything to do with those ways and beliefs? And that's exactly what is the only thing that anyone will ever hear inside the hollow, empty walls of any religious group that invites you in on certain days for rituals and ceremonies, and someone to exalt, up near the altar in the front where everyone sits, in obedience in the pews, quiet, listening to the authority, appealing to that religious authority for information and understanding things about God and about Christ, or about whatever their beliefs and their list of beliefs on a sheet of paper that they hand out so you can see whether or not you can identify with those set of beliefs or not. Our freedom and our right to live come from our Creator. And the world that adopts laws that turn these rights into privileges, just anything into a privilege, has just taken the idea and the truth of what rights and freedom are and boxed them up so they can be taken from you. So you can believe that if I have these, I'm free. If somebody takes them or restricts them, oh, I'm not free and my rights have been infringed upon. Now I'm upset. Now you're caught up in a battle with evil. There's real value in the verse which says, resist not evil, meaning don't get wrapped up in positioning oneself in relationship with what appears to be attacking you and getting upset, frustrated, and irritated with the source of what someone has defined or figured out or pinned down. You know, what worldly group has done this to them or done that to them or made the way the world is. We've all adapted and adopted to the ways and beliefs of the world. Freedom and truth and love comes in our relationship by revelation from our Father, the Creator, who chooses who God will set free by that truth, which comes out of love, which our Creator, our Father, is. Well, we could go on like this for days, but if it's kept short, it just might have a little value in itself and be a setup and establish foundations for another little such short talk. Bye now.